Thanks so much for joining me for Vlogmas 2024. Today is the first day of Vlogmas, so I will be posting videos every day. You'll get long format videos like this, and then on some days you'll get shorts, so make sure to tune into those as well. You'll see some quick reviews, some demos, some other random videos on shorts, but I will also be continuing to post long format videos, but those will be more towards the weekend. And if you're not already subscribed, I would love it if you did, because you'll see the videos posted every day in your subscription tab, and then you'll also see the shorts pop up, and I will repost the shorts in the community tab, so those will show up as well. But today I thought we would start with something exciting for Vlogmas Day 1. We are doing a look based on a fragrance by Chanel. This is the Beige Fragrance. It's a Les Exclusifs, so this is a little bit harder to get a hold of, but you can definitely purchase it off their site, so I will list a link below. And then any of the other products that are available through the shoppable tabs, I will list them here, so those will pop up as the products go by. But I thought we would do a look using mostly the beige products by Chanel, so I've got this look put together. I thought we'd also do some styling based on the inspiration from this fragrance. So fragrances evoke an image of makeup as well as styling for me, so I thought that'd be fun to do with these fragrances as we learn more about them. I have another Les Exclusifs back there. I have a number 5 there we need to do that with, so I'll be purchasing these perfumes throughout the coming months, and we will be doing looks and some styling. So if you'd like to see that, please keep watching. So of course, with the beige fragrance, I pulled for my Le Beige products. So we've got here the Water Fresh tint, very well loved. This one is in medium plus, and this one is in medium. So I'm gonna mix them a little bit. I'm gonna mix them on the back of my hand. We're gonna do a really, really natural look. This is the 101 brush. You can see the bristles there. So you can see it's a very skin-like finish. It looks like I'm not wearing makeup. It just looks like a little bit more blurred, just a slight filtered effect. It's really pretty. We're going for that effortless makeup look. Just to get into these areas right here, a little bit harder to get to, I'm going to take this one, got some foundation on there. So we've got the 109 here. I'm going to go right next to my nose. Just these smaller areas. And we got this one. We've got a 506 concealer brush here. Same shape, it's just a smaller version of it. We're gonna take the Le Beige Water Fresh Complexion Touch, and I used this for concealer for a long time, and I liked that it had a similar kind of finish, but it has less water in it, so it's more dense, and this is in the shade B30. So I'm gonna take this little brush, conceal. We're gonna go under the eye as well. But I do want to color correct a little bit here, so it's a little bit warm here. I'm going to add a little bit of peach back with this color corrector. This is in Peche. This is also by Chanel. So I'm just going to tap that on there. You'll see. Let me do one side first, just so you can see. So even though we want this effortless look, it actually takes some effort to get there, because I want it to look really natural, and it's almost harder to do this than it is to just put a layer of makeup on, and it would look really nice on camera actually. I'm gonna add French. This is by Victoria Beckham, right under the eye here. I know it's looking a little light, it's okay. Before we think about any powder, let's go in with this blush just to bring some color back here. And this one is in number 21. It's a cream blush. It's gonna be a little bit vibrant, otherwise look a little bit washed out. Go directly on. So sometimes you'll see a little bit more of that discoloration come through when I add color, and that's okay. It'll start to kind of meld together after a while, and it won't be as evident. Go on with brows. Let's keep the brows really natural looking. So we've got here clear brow gel, and this one is Jones Road. This is a Chanel brow technique though, applying gel first and then going in with pencil after. I learned this during an online session with one of the Chanel makeup artists. She did a really, really natural look. 2 Victoria Beckham brow pencils, and I just reordered one. This is one of my very favorite brow pencils because it allows for individual hairs to be drawn in, which I think really lends itself to a very natural look. So actually, let's do taupe right here in front. Very subtle base to a little bit more of the intensity that I'll be adding here in a little bit. So an extra step for sure, more natural. So I have a little bit of an outline there with that taupe, really lovely. This is dark brown. And then I just make sure I apply more pressure here than anywhere else, this arch and then the end. And then I have a lighter pressure here. So you can see the difference, just the taupe and then also with dark brown, really nice. We have a couple of options for bronzer. So I love this one. This is the Le Beige in Light Coral. This one, it's really pretty. And then we also have here, this is a staple. It's the Le Beige Healthy Glow. This one's in 392. We'll just do a side by side so you can see. I'm gonna take the cream bronzer here, and I have all 3 shades of the bronzer. This one is the best one for me. Yeah, it's definitely ideal for more medium skin tones. We can even go on top as bronzer is intended. So there is the cream bronzer. It's really nice, still really nice. And then let's go in with this on the other side. I feel like this has a little bit more warmth to it. So there's the difference. Here's the powder in Light Coral if you're wondering, and then the bronzer in 392, the cream bronzer. Just gonna even them out here. Okay, I'm gonna take a little bit of this highlighter here. I'm gonna mix it with the bronzer, and then I'm gonna go across the tops of the cheek like this, and down the bridge of the nose as well. And we'll save any extra conceal, like I can see the dark spot there, but let's see. Let's do the eyes and then we'll conceal later if needed. Of course, out of all of the Le Beige palettes, I thought we would do this one. This is in medium. So this is the most neutral of them. We're gonna take here this shade. Now, this is the one we're taking all over the lid, this one right here. Into the crease. Let's do something really simple. That was a REPHR number 2. Let's take this shade, this gray shade, we'll put that in the crease. Okay, let's take a little bit of this deepest shade right there, and then let's put that in the corner, exterior corner here. And then same thing over here. And let's just blend that. This is a REPHR 15 Max. I'm going to take some of this taupe color and just go right next door, right next to that deepest shade. Kind of blend that in. Then I'm going to take this shimmery shade and just add that to the center. Just for a really subtle glow. Okay, and then I'm gonna add a mascara. So we are getting there. We're gonna go in with this Clé de Peau concealer, which goes right here on my outer corners, because it helps to cancel out that darkness. Then let's take a little bit of this Hourglass powder. This is in dim light. So we're going to powder the front. I'm gonna keep the glow though, because I think that glow looks really nice. It's just going to mute it down slightly, just slightly. And that's going to help with the discoloration, the hyperpigmentation. You could see it added a bit of a filter without having to add a lot of makeup, which I really like about this product. So before I do the lip, I'm going to do something with my hair that I think represents what I get from this Beige fragrance. Okay, so I decided just to Put my hair in a low clip here because to me this fragrance is really effortless, understated, elegant kind of scent. So I'm gonna add here, before we talk about the fragrance, we've got 914 Natural Charm by Chanel. It's the Rouge Coco Baume. It's a little bit warm. Okay, and then let's do a little bit of highlighter, and again, very gentle kind of glow. This is the one that's transparent, so it's just glow, no particles. So I'll show you, actually, let's go directly on just so you can see. Really easy product to use. That's what I love about these products I use today, really easy to use. Yeah, highlight surely due to the texture. I did go in with Chantecaille's Faux Seal mascara. Yeah, I love that mascara. Okay, let's talk about the fragrance. So here's the fragrance, and it is newer to me, but ever since I got it, it is the one I've been using every single day. Just for reference, I don't talk a lot about fragrance here because I find fragrance a little bit difficult to wear because many times I will get a headache, and then other times I feel really sensitive to the fragrance, like it's overwhelming for me. If you're like me when it comes to fragrance and like something simple, something easy to wear, but still elegant and understated, but not something everyone else wears, that is one reason why I really want to get into these Les Exclusifs fragrances, because I feel like it's not mainstream fragrance that everyone else is wearing. Like, there's a certain fragrance that I have and I love, but I can tell when someone's wearing it and I smell it a lot on people. So I'm looking for something a little bit more unique. So again, this is Beige. It was the one that I had tried maybe, gosh, a few years ago with a tester. And actually, I'm quite generous with this. I'll spray about 3 to 5 sprays on. So that's how understated this is, because I usually will just spray 1 spray of some kind of fragrance because that's more than enough for me. But I will spray this about 3 to 5 times. And I love how this really develops. I, of course, love the simplicity of the bottle. Put it there for a moment. If you're interested in Chanel fragrances, I will be going through the Les Exclusifs line. I also have a number 5 back there. So I'll read what the description is and then I'll tell you my impression of it. There are 2 sizes available. There's a 2.5 fluid ounce and also a 6.8. Actually, this would be a fragrance I probably will go all the way through. I don't think I ever have gone through an entire fragrance. That's how little I wear. The description of this, though, is that Gabrielle Chanel says, "I take refuge in beige because it's natural." And that was really appealing to me. If you know, it's kind of my aesthetic. I really prefer more natural beauty kind of look. It says it's a beautiful haven to get lost in, only to find your true self. The notes are on this. It's funny, they don't even really talk about the notes, except that behind its apparent simplicity, the timeless scent presents an intense floral accord of hawthorn and frangipani. Okay, so interesting. It doesn't say a whole lot about what this fragrance is actually on the site. It says behind its apparent simplicity, and it does appear simple at first. The timeless scent presents an intense floral accord of hawthorn and frangipani, subtly enhanced with notes of honey. When I first sprayed this, there's a lot of floral going on. And it's a little bit surprising because as this wears on, I don't smell that anymore. It's only right when I spray it and maybe for a couple of minutes. Very strong floral, but it's not a heavy floral. Some florals are very intense, but this one is not. But it does seem like it's only floral until it dries down. And then this is when I really love it. I love when I've had it on for a few hours. It's really settled in, and it's one of those fragrances that you kind of have to lean in to be able to detect. It's not something that I would walk by somebody and they would be able to smell it that clearly. It's a really subtle. So I wrote notes here because a lot of things came to mind with this fragrance. So it's not overly floral. Once this settles in, not overly floral at all. Floral fragrances are not my preference. So if you are just wanting a little bit of floral, this might be something to consider. It does have a softness about it. So it does remind me of this. This is a cashmere, beige cashmere sweater. I wore this on purpose because I also want to show you how I'm styling this, because I think this evokes a certain look as well. So I'll be including that a little bit later. It was re-released in 2008. I saw there was a picture of one from 1940 40. So there was a different version of this beige. Let me know if you know more about that. I couldn't find a lot of information, but I did see an image and I saw that this one had been released in 2008. So what I get from this once it does dry down is a slight almond note in there and honeysuckle. So there's a watery element to the floral, which I prefer. Also, there's a bit of jasmine, but it's not pungent. Sometimes jasmine can be a little bit too overwhelming, but in this case, it's very subtle. And then there's a freesia. There's a little bit of freesia coming through. Again, more of that watery kind of flower scent. And then this is something that I do like that I know some people might not really like, is that it smells a little bit like soap on me, not in a bad way, but it smells clean. So it's a slight floral, a little bit of an almond note, and then there's a very clean element to this as well, which is one of my favorite parts about it. And I've read some descriptions about this because I wanted to see if my impressions were on par with other people's, and it looks like it's actually a little bit mixed. But the things that people didn't like about it are things that I love about it. So I've seen the words elegance and grace, which I agree with. And I've read some think that this is not approachable and something that it is approachable. And I actually agree with both of those. I think it's a very easy fragrance to wear, but it's still very polished at the same time. So I really like that balance of natural, elegant, polished. What I love about this is that I think on the surface it's seemingly simple, but it's not simple. I love the elegant restraint of this fragrance. I do love, first of all, the name beige, and I love that they created a fragrance with that in mind, because for me, beige is a really beautiful neutral. It has many tones to it as well. And I also love that it's such a classic color and goes with so many things. It's really versatile. And although this is very natural, very seemingly simple fragrance, there is a bit of a restraint and a bit of a polished nature to it, which I think really encapsulates the style that I really enjoy. It's like an effortless elegance. It's understated, but it's still really interesting. I love that it's not really obvious. I love that you can't really tell what the notes are. I really have to examine this to be able to pick those things out. So I love that it's not really obvious either. So if you're looking for an understated, elegant fragrance, something classic, something polished at the same time, but also has a lot of natural beauty to it, I would go with beige. And especially if you don't like really complex, really heavy fragrances, this might be something interesting to look at. I find that it's difficult to find fragrances like this because I smell a lot of fragrances and most of them I don't love. And that again is why I haven't featured so many fragrances here. It's because they're really difficult for me to wear. Yeah, they're a little too intense for me, but I love this one. That might be the perfect fragrance for me, but we will go through the other Chanel fragrances throughout the next year and we will be putting makeup looks together, we'll be putting looks together with them, and then hopefully I'll be able to tell you a lot more about the Les Exclusifs line. And let's go to some looks that were inspired by this fragrance. I've just got a black dress on here. It's a really nice slip dress, a cashmere cardigan, and then I have my Chanel Slingbacks. And I paired it with a Bolide bag, just a little pop of color, but still really neutral, very comfortable. This is definitely my style and really, really cozy. We've got a pair of cream silk pants, and the top is a Boatneck sleeveless top, which is really nice for layering. And then we have a blue cashmere cardigan. And again, the Chanel Slingbacks. And if you remember this little bag, I picked it up in Florence a couple years ago. And I wear this more as an accessory than a bag. I think it gives a little bit of shape to this outfit. And for pure comfort, we've got this Olivia Von Hale cashmere and silk sweatsuit. It's really one of the most comfortable pieces of clothing I have. I've got the New Balance sneakers that I have shown so many times. We'll see if I can find them in stock for you. These are one of my favorite pairs of jeans by Nili Lotan, and you can roll these up. You can have them just straight and wear a little bit of a heel. I like that it has some choices here with the length. I've got the same Boatneck sleeveless top with a vintage Chanel jacket and the same Slingbacks. Let me know what you think of this fragrance if you have it. I would love to know. And if you love it, do you think it matches your style, how you do your makeup, how you dress? I'm really curious. So since this is Vlogmas, I will be posting hopefully every day. That's my goal. Maybe it won't be a long format video, but I will be posting at least shorts in between the long format videos. So there should be one either long format or a short every day through December. For long format, I'll be going over my favorites of the year. So if you want to see favorite foundations or favorites from certain brands, I'll be doing that. And then at the end of December, I'll be talking about my favorites of 2024. And in the shorts, you're going to see lots of different things. You'll see demos, you'll see reviews, you'll see, gosh, getting ready for guests for December. So make sure to tune into those as well. I'll try and post the shorts in the community tab as well in case you miss those. And make sure you're subscribed so those show up on your subscription page. But that is it for today's video. So please take care of each other. Stay well if you enjoyed this video. If you learned something, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you next time. Let's go to some looks that inspired this fragrance. Not inspired. And let's go to some looks that mix a little bit here, but we're gonna take the Le Beige Water Fresh Redder 392. And I forgot to mention, I did go in with Chanel's, no, not Chanel's. That's one of the reasons why I really wanted to look at the show up on your subscription page. Oh my gosh, I can't say it. Show up on your subscription page. Subscribed so those